For me, the mental approach to this sport's everything. So like, if my views on things, like you don't turn down rerides. You don't. A reride's a mulligan.
Yes, sir.
And when you see guys try to take a businessman's approach to this sport, to any sport for that matter, in my opinion, you're hindering yourself without even knowing. You're subconsciously hindering yourself without even knowing, because you're in a game that you're against. The odds are against you every time, and so you've got to somehow trick your brain into thinking that the odds are in your favor every time, and that you can ride anything, and that you can win on anything. And like just that mentality alone is such a benefit.
Yes, sir.
Forget that particular reride. It doesn't matter if you won or didn't win on that reride, or if you stayed on or didn't stay on, or any of that. The part that I'm concerned with is just having the mental state of mind that, hell yeah, run him in, because I can ride anything you got.
Yes, sir.
I feel like that's the guts of this sport. So when I see guys that are like, and they're playing the odds and looking at, who cares? Get on, and if you get on and ride better than anybody else, you're going to win. That's what you need to be thinking about. You don't need to be, if you were a businessman, you wouldn't be having to get on bucking horses for a living. You know what I mean?
Which world all-around title was it that you did that, and you had a really high score in the bull riding, but you got a re-ride, and you ended up winning by a few points.
Yeah.
And it made the difference of, I want to say it was like a couple $100.
$95.
95.
Yeah, so I had a pretty big lead that year going into the finals in the bull riding. And like it was like the fifth round, I think they had the rank pin out, or like the TV pin. And the bull that I had, I was 92 that year on him at Nampa, and I was really glad to have him. So, I was like, if I could have picked one, that'd have been the one I picked. And he jumped out there and he fell down, and he got up and he still bucked like he always did. But he'd just fallen down, and he jumped back up and turned back to right, and bucked. And I was the last guy to go, and so I stepped off, and they said, 81 or whatever with a rewrite option. Or whatever it was, I don't remember. I don't even remember what year it was. I'd have to look back, But anyways, I said, yeah, bring him. And it was so bad that all the guys on the back of the chutes were saying, Ty, you got fourth one. Even the judges they're like, Ty, you got fourth one. I was like, I didn't come here to win fourth. Run me another one in. And that, the guys I traveled with, that's how we did it. Like we didn't, it was we ride bulls for a living. We ride bucking horse for a living, and we want to win. We're going to win. And so they ran in the re-ride bull was a bull, I think Calgary's or one of those Canadian bulls. They called him Edward Scissorhands. I'd never been on him, but I knew he was a good bull. And I ended up winning second in the round instead of fourth. And that year I won $95. Or I win the championship by $95. If I wouldn't have took that re-ride, if I'd have done what everybody that I could see thought I should do, I'd have been the runner-up.